Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to react to 90 Day Fiancé. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's get to the show.
But last night was great. Me and Mike were having ups and downs, but when it comes for our sexual relationship, we only have ups. What are we gonna do now?
You wanna go cruise around the city a little bit? I think Uncle Bo's in town.
So right below them is Pike Place Market. It's one of the main tourist attractions of Seattle, and it's actually a working market where you can buy fish and all sorts of doodads. And I, as a singer, would actually sing songs on the corner. There's a lot of buskers that it's like where you go. If it's like the big time. If you're a busker that sings on the street, singing at Pike Place Market is like the big stage. And you actually have to get a license to do so. And I actually have a license. It's actually behind me in a little box on my shelf behind me. So many memories of all the various different things we're looking at. Of course, I talked about last time how I don't like that Ferris wheel. There's so many things that we're looking at right now that I want to talk about, but it would be boring. So I'm just let it be known that just this scene right here with the port behind there and West Seattle and downtown and the waterfront and Pike Place Market and everything and the gray and the Puget Sound and the ferries, and just know that I could talk about that forever. I love my city. I have it in the name of my podcast. It's actually a trademarked name. And so, you know, let's continue watching.
How many cocktails you can drink during the meal?
Oh, during the meal? Oh, I don't know. However many they bring me. You like beer?
I drink alcohol because I support Mike.
No.
He drinks.
That's an interesting phrase. So Uncle Bo asked Natalie, do you like alcohol? And she said, I drink alcohol because I want to support Mike, because Mike drinks. It's interesting.
He's a social drinker, I think, you know. He's not like Uncle Bo.
I don't drink at all, really.
Yeah. That's cool, brother, you know. More for me, you know.
All right, that's interesting. So Uncle Bo is saying that he drinks all the time, and Mike is saying he doesn't really drink that much at all. That was a question that I had during the last season. When he was having a fight with Natalie, he went out on the town, I think in the morning, and started drinking a lot. But it did raise a question about his relationship with alcohol and if it impaired him or made it difficult for him to meet his needs and to take care of other people. But he just said he doesn't drink anymore at all. It's interesting. Maybe we'll get some more detail there.
No, I mean, good. I mean, me and Michael need our personal space, you know, so
That's fine.
I'm sorry for that.
You're fine.
Where are you now?
Just down the road.
In what?
So I think this is great. Natalie is just outwardly saying, look, I'm glad that you're not living there because I need time with Mike alone, and I'm sorry. So she's just coming out and just saying it, just address the elephant in the room, which I think is great. I think it's a little clunky the way that she approached it, but we could certainly imagine a lot of more dysfunctional ways of approaching it or avoiding it or something. She seems to be treating him really well. She seems to be really trying to get along with him. Maybe they'll have more conversations where she can say, look, I want to repeat what I said earlier. I'm sorry for prompting Mike to have you move somewhere else. Maybe they can have more of a talk like that. So it's a good start.
It reminds me of one of these movies, you know, horror movie, when you drive somewhere nowhere and...
The whole drive back at nighttime is dark. You know, there's a light in between every couple miles. Natalie's a city girl. She likes the people, she likes the fast pace.
Yeah, I've been worried about this since the beginning of the last season. She likes to do a lot of things, and Sequim is a very, very small town, and it is not very convenient to get to a city from Sequim. It's possible for sure, an hour, 2 hours, away, but that can be a pretty big barrier. I'm seeing snow on the ground, and this was earlier this year, or early 2020, and I don't remember it snowing. It doesn't snow in Seattle very often. Occasionally there's a little bit. There's a lot of snow on the ground. I'm wondering if he's actually up in the mountains from Sequim. I wonder if he says he lives in Sequim, but that's just the closest city to where he lives, which is up in the mountains. I don't know.
There you go. Come say hi. She's here. She wanted to say hi to you. Me and Boo Boo. That's my girl right there. My longest relationship.
I'm a dog person.
I don't understand that. I remember hearing people say that, like, oh, I'm a cat person, I'm a dog person. I really don't understand. I have dogs and cats. I've had dogs and cats my whole life. I don't understand how you could just like dogs and not like cats. My only guess is that people who say they're a dog person hasn't had the right cat. Because some cats can be very mean or very standoffish, but a lot of cats are very, very loving and very, very fun to hang out with. And so I consider that an affront to my life when people say that they're dog people, because I feel like they're insulting my cats.
We'll get it organized and stuff tomorrow, but like that's gonna be your whole section there. Get your clothes hung up and stuff. I got your shoes and stuff over here already. I'll have to clear some more of this up.
Is this what you were expecting?
No, I don't know. It just no. I mean, the house is really small and the voice is very, very cold.
A lot of the people that come to the United States will have this attitude. They will walk in the house and they'll just be like, ew, this is not what I expected. I don't like it. We saw Yara do that. We've seen a lot of people. Larissa, she did that, of course, Larissa, and a lot of others. I don't know what to make of it. Do they think that everyone in America lives in a mansion? Were they deceived? Were they given the wrong impression? Is it just shock? I would imagine it would be some level of shock. I mean, even Tariq and Hazel was a little worried about the house too. She's just like, it's so big. It's too big, and it's all dirty, and it's all disheveled. And I just wonder what that's about. I wonder if for them, I would imagine it would be overwhelming emotionally to think, this is now my home. This place that doesn't feel like my home is now my home, where I will live potentially the rest of my life. I don't know if I feel good about that. And then it manifests in them essentially criticizing the home instead of maybe identifying with the feeling of just being overwhelmed with this notion of like, I guess this is my life now. I didn't choose this home. He chose this home, and now I have to live with this home. I imagine that there are a lot of emotions there, and I don't know, it just seems a little unfair to walk into someone's house and be like, ew, I don't like the way you live, unless they were deceived. I don't know. It just seems a little interesting, I will say that. Like I said, if it was based on an overwhelming feeling of anxiety and of adjustment, then that would make total sense to me.
Can we have a tea?
Can you have a tea?
Yes.
Tell me what you think.
I don't know. We're just
trying to take it all in?
yeah. I need time.
Okay.
So 2 thumbs up for that. I think that is accurate. She is saying, I just need time. And he's like, you're just trying to take it all in? Yeah, absolutely. This is an overwhelming change and adjustment that she is going through right now. And it is going to take her a long time to adjust to that. I think that's good that they can identify that.
We can see if I have tea. I don't know if I have tea.
Okay.
Don't be scared. She won't get you. If I even have tea.
I think she's starting to freak out, which is totally understandable. Let's see how they handle it together. I think she would do good to just have a good old-fashioned cry, and that he could hold her, and that she would say, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what's happening right now. There's just so much to take in right now, and I feel angry and upset and scared, and I don't know what's happening. And he could listen and hold her. That would make total sense to me. let's see if they do that.
But I'm sure in time she'll find some things that she really likes about the place. But I mean, if Allie ends up not liking the town or just the rural living, it's probably gonna obviously put a strain on the relationship for us.
All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Let me know what you think in the comments. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.